My name is Clarissa Freeman. I am a very proud 2008 graduate of Widener University, School of Law, Harrisburg, and I have been an attorney now for 10 years. I actually am an attorney for the legislature. I have a non-traditional legal role. I serve as the legal counsel and the executive director for the Senate Democratic Caucus, and my focus area is the Senate Health and Human Services Committee. In my role, I am the attorney and director for the Department of Health, the Department of Drug and Alcohol and Programs, and the Department of Human Services. So any legislation, any laws, budgetary matters, everything, I have to approve them. I represent the senators on those issues and also work with the administration on all things that come up that fall under those three agencies for the state.
So you have a lot going on.
Yes.
All right, moving on to our next question. Okay. What drew you to work in the public sector rather than the private sector?
Well, I will say that my compassion for people really drew me to my work in the public sector. In law school, I actually received the pro bono distinction for working in both the civil law clinic and the veterans law clinic. My personal motto, even in law school when I got the graduation award, was that if I can't save the world, I would like to save someone's world. And for me, working in this capacity, I actually, on a day-to-day basis, get to be involved directly with issues that impact all Pennsylvanians. And so when I go home every day, I see something in the news, and I'm like, oh, maybe I played a role in that. So really my passion for public service.
Do you think that the public sector has a better work-life balance than the private sector?
Well, that actually depends. For me, in the summertime, I have no summer because I also work on the state budget. But other than that, I think it depends on the person. For me, my passion really is public service, and so, for example, I'm able to take off. I'm actually able to be off on Martin Luther King Day and volunteer. That is important to me, and I'm not sure if that would be available to me to actually be off. If I was in the private sector, I think it really depends on the person. You do have to work. People might think government work is just easy, but you work until the job is done, and it may not necessarily be a 40-hour week. So I think it really depends on the person. But for me and my volunteerism, it really has provided flexibility.
Very nice. And on to our next question. What is one quality or behavior that you think a government attorney must possess?
I actually don't believe that there is any specific quality or behavior that a government attorney should possess or must possess over an attorney in a traditional, in the private sector. It's very important that all attorneys behave ethically and possess integrity. And so I wouldn't say there's not really a particular behavior. I will say though, in my role and maybe in some other government roles, your boss or your supervisor may not be an attorney, so it's important that as the attorney you know both the rules of professional conduct, the rules that, and also the rules that govern your specific industry. So I would just say that is important to know both.
Very good. And what advice would you give students who are currently trying to figure out whether they would want to be a government attorney or not?
Well, I would first say make sure you talk to plenty of attorneys, specifically Widener alum. I know the alum from Widener are always willing to help students and talk with them. Do some research, also know yourself. I would say the government sector definitely provides some benefits that may not be available to you in the private sector, like loan forgiveness, maybe CLEs being paid for, things of that nature. The key is just making sure you have a plan. Don't rule out anything, and reevaluate your plan, and know yourself. So if you get into, you come out of law school and you decide on a particular field, and you realize this is not for me, just knowing I'm an attorney, I came from Widener, I can do anything, and just knowing how to transition out.
So always stay open.
Always stay open, definitely.
All right. And last, how has Widener contributed to your success as an attorney?
Well, I will say that Widener has contributed to my success as an attorney, both as I actually started when I was a student. So the academic support and the professional support I have received has been paramount to my career. Actually, my former mentor, friend, and former faculty member of Widener, the late Professor Starla Williams, was key to my professional development, but also developing my professional confidence. In addition, Widener offers the alum and actually students various opportunities to participate in professional development programs. I've actually been able to mentor students, provide support, and also serve on CLE panels. For me, it is always important it really means a lot to me when I'm at various bar events and I see like my former professors or my former dean of students, Liz Simcox, and even Dean Johnson there cheering me on. In fact, I received an award. I just turned my trophy back in from the Dauphin County Bar Association.
Oh.
But it was nice. They were all there. I got a letter from Judge Turgeon. So for me, just having the opportunity to be involved, and I will say that being an Widener alum has helped solidify my role within the Central PA legal community.
Will you tell me a little bit more about the award that you received?
Yes, I actually received from the Dauphin County Bar Association the Clarence C. Morrison Award. He was the first African American judge in Dauphin County, and actually the only one up until this year. And he was instrumental in public service and increasing diversity. I received the award. You get to keep the award for 1 year, and then you have to turn it back in. There will be another recipient next week. But last year when I got the award, all of Widener, they came out, and you get the award for your commitment to diversity. And I've been very instrumental in different programs at Widener to increase diversity within the legal community. And it's a very tall award, and actually I'm like the former Inspector General received the award, like different law firms in the area, so it really is significant. It means a lot.
That's very nice. Well, thank you for meeting with me today.
Thank you.